Let's talk about what the King James Version calls buffeting the body. You might first look at that word and out of context think buffet. This is the total opposite of eating at a buffet, isn't it? Other translations, I believe this is the English Standard Version, says 1 Corinthians 9:27, but I discipline my body and keep it under control, lest after preaching to others, I myself should be disqualified. And the word that comes from, neat pronunciation there that I'm not even going to attempt, almost a funny sound to it, to hit under the eye, buffet or disable an antagonist or a pugilist, like boxer. That's a term for boxer. And tease and annoying, make something, subdue. So it gives you a picture of someone punching someone else under the eye to overcome them, to beat them. And so that was our opening slides picture. That's what's going on. This guy's helping him salve up his eye and try to recover from being buffeted under the eye so much. A boxer repeatedly strikes the other's eye to overcome him. We must let our spiritual man do the same thing to our earthly man. And if you're truly trying to overcome sins in your life and be faithful, you know the battle of constantly having to fight. And we must work diligently to overcome or subdue our sinful flesh, like a boxer working hard to overcome the opponent. So to overcome and buffet our body, we're going to have spiritual discipline, aren't we? We can't somehow physically bring our body into subjections. And it seems sometimes we're ineffective at our own discipline, doesn't it? We keep failing, we keep sinning, and we're frustrated. And we need to meditate and think and study on how we can buffet or discipline our bodies and bring it in subjection. That's one of the good reasons for studying the very slides we're studying. One thought of how to do this, to be more effective, is one, have goals and a plan. In the verse right before the one we started our lesson on, in 1 Corinthians 9:26, Paul showed us the opposite of what happens being effective and hitting that eye effectively and getting that jab in there. 1 Corinthians 9:26, he says, therefore I run thus not with uncertainty, thus I fight, not as one who beats the air. And you can get a chuckle in your head if you see someone you've ever seen who has no skills and they're trying to fight and fling their arms out and just being so ineffective, and it looks like they're crazy and missing the opponent. Then Paul went into verse 27 saying, buffeting and actually hitting the target and things. And number two is to be effective, discipline yourself spiritually. Include these things in your plan. Number two, starting in 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 5, for this very reason, make every effort to supplement your faith with virtue, virtue with knowledge, knowledge with self-control, self-control with steadfastness, steadfastness with godliness, godliness with brotherly affection with love. For if these qualities are yours and are increasing, they keep you from being ineffective or unfruitful or beating the air in the knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ. For whoever lacks these qualities is so nearsighted that he is blind, having forgotten that he was cleansed from his former sins. Therefore, brothers, be all the more diligent to confirm your calling and election, for if you practice these qualities, you will never fall. So you will be more effective if you focus on your faith and being virtuous and willing to stand up against evil and for right, if you gain knowledge and steady, if you improve your self-control and being steadfast, and so on and so on. So 1 Corinthians 9:25 says that every athlete exercises self-control in all things. They do it to receive a perishable wreath, but we an imperishable. And a boxer is an athlete, and they are even Olympians sometimes. I think every year we have Olympic, or when the Olympics are held, Olympic boxing, striving for a crown or wreath. We're striving for, as the verse said, they strive for a perishable one and do all that work, but we are striving for an imperishable one. Are we willing to put forth effort for an even better one? The athlete's careful in eating and drinking and exercise and sleeping. And we must be careful in things like the movies we select, the books we read, the music we listen to, all electronic media, the relationships we have in life, the career paths we choose, where we vacation, everything. We need to be careful in it. And then this is our goal, isn't it? to subdue or knock out our fleshly desires. You'll then be a victor if you can knock out and overcome your fleshly desires.